Greetings. Thank you for clicking on this video. Welcome or welcome back. This is Todd Bizayon here, and this is the third day in a row that I am sharing videos onto YouTube with regards to the law of assumption. I'm super excited to share this one. The topic of today's video is on the story of You Are in Barbados. And so Neville Goddard, back in the 50s, I believe, at one of his lectures in New York or LA, told of a story of how he was taught the law by his teacher, Abdullah. And so back in the Great Depression in the 30s, Neville Goddard was living in New York City and working as a dancer. And after being there for about 12 years, he hadn't been home in a long time and he really wanted to go. So he had a discussion with Abdullah, and he was telling him that he wanted to go back home to Barbados, but he had no money. And so Abdullah told him that he is in Barbados. So he's saying, you are in Barbados. And so Neville didn't really understand, but he did what he was told to get into a state akin to sleep and to imagine himself sleeping or waking up in Barbados. So to hear the sound of the waves, to smell the ocean, and to be as if he is already in Barbados. And so days and weeks would go by, and he would go to Abdullah, his teacher, and tell him, hey, like there hasn't been any movement here. And Abdullah would really get upset and say, no, you are in Barbados. And at one point I'd slammed the door on him because he didn't want to discuss it. And so night after night, over several weeks, he had finally heard back from his brother, who sent a post-it note with a little bit of cash and I think a ticket to Barbados. So Neville was really excited and went to see Abdullah and told him that he had got a ticket to Barbados, and he got a third-class ticket. And Abdullah, to his surprise, was really, rude or upset and said, who said that you are going to Barbados? You are in Barbados and you went first class. And so I guess eventually the story goes that Neville ended up getting a first-class ticket, and that the universe worked its way around for him to get a first-class ticket to Barbados. And essentially that's how the story goes. You can find it on YouTube where Neville discusses it in a Q&A, but it's quite cool, and it really got me so excited to learn more about the law of assumption. And so the story of you being in Barbados, right? You have a goal, you have a vision, and that you want to bring to fruition, but all you have to do is to envision yourself having it already. So instead of thinking of it, you are thinking from it. So when Abdullah was telling Neville to saturate his mind with the sights, sounds, smells, etc., of being in Barbados, that is thinking from. And so just to really saturate your mind in that. And it's such a beautiful thing to assume that it will come to pass. And it's not up to you to figure out the why, when, where, how. It's not up to us. It's really up to the universe or God to pull the strings and to make it happen. Now, what tends to happen is as well, if you try to do it yourself and try to force it, it creates resistance and it doesn't allow for it to come through. I want to share something that one of my close friends, Emil, and I discuss often when we discuss our goals or our visions or our plans. If things go right, good. You are in Barbados. This is Barbados, bro. And even when things go bad or perceived bad, and it's a bit of a misstep or a roadblock, good. This is Barbados. Everything is Barbados. Eventually you're going to get there. Again, it's not up to us to figure out the why, when, where, how, etc. It's just allowing it to come to fruition. Just keep it in mind and have faith, like discussed in yesterday's video. Your faith is your fortune. And knowing that it's going to come to pass, having that trust and having that internal knowing, it will eventually come to pass in ways that you can't even imagine. And so that is the topic of today's video today, just to remind you that you are in Barbados, always in Barbados. Thank you so much for watching today. If you like this video, please go ahead and like it. Any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment box. I'd be happy to respond to them. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful to be able to share this with you. Much love. Have a wonderful day.